Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you been? This is Rob from White Boy. I haven't did a video or anything like that for the past 2-3 weeks now. We've been pretty busy. Went on a family vacation to Florida for cheerleading, which was where I was doing a lot of those shirts and hoodies and everything else for. I know I was supposed to do a video about the metallics that I was doing, but I was in such a rush. Plus all the glow-in-the-darks. Well, I only made 4 of them. But I mean, they were, a pain in the ass as usual, but I didn't get to put the video. It was too much of a rush. We were coming down to the wire with everything, getting the house ready, getting everything done, everything situated so that we could go away and stuff like that. But what's pretty cool is a while ago, I put in a thing if somebody had comments and stuff like that or questions, and I didn't realize it, but a few of you actually asked questions for me to talk about, and which is pretty cool. I mean, because I don't have basically any viewers, so I don't know where the questions came from. I don't know if it came from my website, from Big Cartel, or if it was from a social media or something, but it all dumped into one email. And I was going through my email, which was about 2,000 strong, and I saw the questions. I was like, you know what, damn, let me just go on and real quick and just do a quick video. Shop's gonna be open soon again. We got a couple orders already starting. Things have totally changed this time around. Learned a couple lessons, talked to a few people while I was, taking the time out, got some better ideas of stuff, better working and stuff like that. Basically better way of being an entrepreneur, See, here's my problem, which isn't my problem, but I need to do it. I work all day as it is, so I put in 9-10 hours at another job, because I have to pay for my house and everything else. The screen printing itself, I did have a chance to go full-time with it, but I didn't. And I'm lucky I didn't, because COVID happened and everybody, was losing everything, and I was just about to dump money on a place and stuff in my town so that I could get better contracts, more of city contracts. And I'm lucky I didn't, because the bottom dropped out with COVID. You know what I mean? Everybody lost everything. So we're coming back, new setup, new stuff. Got a bunch of stuff that's in the office in the house now that I'm going to be trying out, beaded and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gearing myself more to the sports, more to my wife and her friends own a cheerleading company and a gymnastics group. I'm going to do more of that. I'm getting more into that because I want to move into going to places and performances and selling stuff, like doing hair bows and stuff like that. I have other people who are ready to do this. It's just, I got to get the ball rolling. Before I start rambling on and, talking for days and hours and stuff like that, I don't have much time tonight. As you can see, I'm in my backyard because I'm getting my pool ready because it's 90 degrees and it's hot as hell. Not like we didn't leave Florida and it was 90 degrees, but when we came back from Florida at night, it was like 40. No, it was like 70. Yeah, it was like 70 something. But then the next day it was 46, so it was back to Jersey weather. You know how it goes. I got these 3 questions real quick, and these are, I'm not gonna say your names because I don't know if I should, whatever. But you know who you are, I guess. Hey Rob, how you doing? I see that you don't charge for screens. I was wondering why you don't charge for screens, because I charge $20 a screen fee for a setup. That's a good question. Yeah, if you look at any of my stuff or any of the things that I post on the internet, I don't charge for screens. I should, which I really should, because the upkeep on the screens is a pain in the ass. Not only cleaning it, putting emulsion on it, burning it, dealing with it, the chemicals. It's just crazy stuff. I mean, I really should be. I started to actually towards the end of before I went away, I started charging people for screens. But my main people who my customers that keep coming back, I don't charge them for screens because I appreciate their business, and I never charge them for screens, so I won't charge them for screens. $20, damn, that's a lot of money, bro. If you could get it, I don't know, where your shop is and stuff like that, but I'm in Jersey here, Bayonne, and there's a lot of competition. And if you tell somebody, you want $20 a screen, so say if you have a 6-color job, so you're getting 120 right off the bat, then charging them for the closing and stuff like that, I don't know. I think more people would turn away, And there's a lot more people now who are learning how to use the circuits, the crickets and the silhouettes and all that stuff, and you know, they're pushing out more work or taking more work, you know, because a lot of people haven't been ordering or asking for the high quantity 30, 40, 50 shirts, which I love to do because, you know, get involved in it, you're moving along, you know. So there's people that are wanting 12s and 15s and stuff like that. So you really can't, well, especially around this area, you really can't ask for screens. But if it's a new customer, I usually charge like $5 a screen. But here's one question back to you though about it. Now for that $20 a screen, when you're done with the job, is your customer asking you, okay, well, I pay for the screen, so I want the screen? I mean, because I've had that happen to me a couple times, you know, and you know, $20 just basically pays for the screen, if anything. I get mine for like 20, 22, 20, 24. It depends, maybe even 20. But you know, what do you say to them about that? You know, I used to say, no, that's $20 per screen for me to keep the upkeep, because you know, a lot of times screens break apart, so that just helps you, you know, with the process of, you know, redoing the screens and stuff like that. But then how would, you know, for 20 bucks though, you know, for $120 safe on a 6-color job, do they, you know, how they feel about it? That's one for you. Here's another thing, question about, do you prefer vinyl or do you prefer the screen print? Because I've seen some of your jobs and it looks like it's a mixed bag. All right, to be successful in this business, right? To be successful is to have weapons. You know what I mean? I say have weapons, right? Have weapons is ways of putting the stuff onto the shirt. So, or your clothes, or your pants, or your shirts, or your hoodies, or whatever you're decorating, right? So I have screen printing, I have vinyl, I have heat transfers, I have digital transfers, and I have sublimation. So I have a whole bunch of, if you want to call it, weapons at my disposal. So, you know, that I can use, you know, for when it comes to making clothes, all right? Vinyl, I started doing screen print, and about a year or so later, my wholesaler, the warehouse I buy all my stuff from, Total Link Solutions, he came to me, he was like, yo, you got to check this out, this new thing is called vinyl. You know, and this was like back in 2015, 2016. So I was like, what is it, this and that? And so he showed me how, you know, what it was about and this and that. And I started using it too. And I mean, listen, if you do the vinyl right, you weed it out right, you do the vinyl right, you do your screen print right, you really can't tell the difference. Now, a person who's in the business, meaning screen printer or print shop, whatever you want to call it, of course they're going to know the difference. I'm going to know the difference right away between vinyl and screen print. But to the average customer, to a regular person, you know, you're not going to know. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing that I have to put for this year coming, because real quick, I had a problem with a customer just before I left. This is the story. He bought one set of 12s for me, another set of 12s for me, and then bought a set of 50. All right, so that means 2 sets of 12s because he was testing out his design, and then he ended up buying 50. So the first 2 12s of shirts that I did for him, he had this huge logo for the back. So what I did with that is I, of course, screen printed it. In the front was a small logo, and it was just, you know, a breast poke print. So the 12 shirts, because I didn't think he was going to buy any more, so what I did was I did that in vinyl, because it was white print in the back, white in the front. After pressing the screen print in the back and doing the vinyl in the front, you couldn't tell the difference. The average person couldn't tell the difference. I sold it to him. He took them, sold them, made himself a lot of money off those shirts, and just like that, bam, we're back inside. My camera kind of died outside when I was doing the recording, and I had to finish doing the pool anyway. I came back inside. You wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. I got a sump pump out there draining the pool, so you wouldn't be able to hear on the recording anyway. But to finish, I don't know, the vinyl versus screen print. Yeah, like I said, I had a guy who's 12, 12, and 50. The first set I did the fronts and the backs of his shirts, the both orders of 12s, which was 2 weeks apart. So I did the first order with vinyl in the front, screen print back, The second time he came back, I did the same thing. Third time he came back, I screen printed both the front and the back because he wanted 50 shirts. So, you know, for a screen printer, you know, who's running, you know, his own shop and stuff like that, you know, it's all about time and how long it's going to take you to do things and what's more feasible and what is, you know, because time is money. So if it's going to take you longer to set up the screens and stuff like that. Now, I did make the screens for the front and the back, but for me to, because I had other work going on, so instead of using, you know, putting the thing on my press, you know, I just did the vinyl. Now he sold all of his shirts, both sets of shirts, obviously, because he came back for 50. Now, out of those 50 shirts, of course, were all screen print. So he came to me a little while later, and he was like, "Oh, you don't use that cheap ass vinyl on my shirts and stuff, do you?" I was like, "Actually, you know, it's up to me to do what I have to do for you, so you get best quality and the best product for you for your money." I was like, and actually, yes, I said for the first two sets, I said the fronts were vinyl and the screen prints were on the back. I said on the 50, I was like, I showed him the screens. I said on the 50, I did, you know, front and back, you know, and even though he was a little pissed off, you know, here's the problem. If I don't charge you for screens, then sorry, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I have to do. Like, you know what I mean? And if you do vinyl good, you cut it out good, you press it good, buy good vinyl, don't buy that Amazon shit. You know, make sure you buy, you know, your, you know, Scissor, Ameriflex. There's a couple others. I think it was Frog or something like that. I don't know. But there's a couple others, like, really good ones. But just stay away from that Amazon shit. I see people use it all the time. And you could tell that Amazon shit from, like, a mile away. They sell a lot of vinyls on Amazon. And you could get, like, 20 feet of, you know, you could get 15-inch, 20 feet rolls for, like, $12. But you know what? You're getting what you pay for it. And it's garbage. You know what I mean? So if you buy the good stuff, you'll never have a problem with it. And, you know, he was a little bit mad about it and this and that. He was like, yeah, because vinyl's cheap. I was like, you know, but everybody has this idea that vinyl's cheaper, like a cheaper way of doing it. Because, you know, a lot of people go and they get the circuit and they get the silhouette and they make shirts and stuff like that. They're just as good. They're just as good. I'm not knocking them. You know, I have a silhouette right there. You know what? And I use that all the time, too. You know, I have a brother, too, that I use for large format prints because I have the big 24-inch rolls here, too. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's all about the game and getting it done. There's been plenty of times that people have come to me and be like, oh, well, you know, I got to order, you know, and, you know, I feel obligated on some people, like, it's a 5-color design, blah, 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 in the front, boom, boom, boom. You know, there's been times that I actually went to my friend who has a DTG and been like, look, here's the file, here's it all, you know, all together. Do me a favor, print all these shirts on DTG. You know, they couldn't tell the difference, nor did they know. You know what I mean? And they're still wearing some of the shirts that, like, I've seen. So you know, it's all about how you get it done and, you know, what it's about. You know, and that guy who was a little mad, he was like, wow, he says, I couldn't even tell the difference, you know? And I was like, yeah, I said, you know, what you don't know is that it's cheaper for me to screen print it because I'm just paying for the ink and whatever it is. But, you know, you want to screen print more than just 12 at one time than 12 at another time, you know? And, you know, you want orders that you can, you know, sit there and just bang them out, bang them out, bang them out, you know? And, you know, sometimes, you know, people just look at it not knowing that vinyl actually costs more money. You know what I mean? So, you know, not saying that you're getting a better product, but you're getting an equivalent product, but it's costing me more to put it on your shirt than it is for me to do that. So if I do that, then, hey, you know what I mean? I'm just keeping my customer happy. That's it, plain and simple. And here's another question real quick before I go, because I want to make this short and cut it, you know, cut it. It says, how do you deal with customers not paying and have you gotten beat before? Wow, that's a good fucking question. The answer is yes, plenty of times. Believe it or not, plenty of times. Plenty of times I've made mistakes or trusted people who I shouldn't have fucking trusted in the first place. Another reason why I don't take any more of screen prints, like jobs and orders from people from other states, because the outer state markets, like the people who are emailing me and texting me and IMing me and saying, oh, can you do shirts for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? And, you know, those are the ones that, you know, it's easier for them to beat you, you know, than it is for anything else. I'd rather be able to say, here's a box of 50 shirts. I'm delivering them to you, or you're picking them up. Do me a favor, go through them, look at them, do what you have to do. then give me my money, and that's it, plain and simple. You know, that's how it goes. You know, when you're dealing with stuff like that, you know, it's always a headache. Oh, I didn't like this, because it's so impersonal. You don't really know the person. Yeah, you could talk to them, you could Zoom them, you could Skype. You know what I mean? But there's always an issue unless you have a business relationship with these people. But you know, I've done a bunch of jobs for out of state, and you know, a few of them were good, but a couple of them were nightmares. And one of them, I ended up eating the whole thing. You know, and not only that, I had to design something for somebody, sent it to them, they loved it. And here's the best part: I had to do all the shirts in foil. So I had to actually use, it was, you know, chrome foil plus pink glitter vinyl, because that's what they required, that's what they wanted. It was a cheerleading team from out of state, you know, and I sent them the first batch, didn't hear from them, nothing, no calls, no nothing. But, you know, since we're in the cheerleading community, I did see them wearing the fucking shirts on their Instagram account in Florida. So isn't that funny? You could tell the difference, because there was a set of them, they were wearing the ones I made, and then I guess they sent it to somebody else to make another ones. The ones I made were bigger, and you could see that they were different. They were foil. You know what I mean? You could see the foil. The ones that they duplicated, or the whoever they sent it to try to make them, didn't even come out close to that. You know, so you could tell where they tried to, you know, do stuff. But you know, it's very easy, man. You have to have trust in the person that you're dealing with, and he has to have trust in you and in your product, you know. So, and that's why, like, a lot of the times I actually meet up with the people before I give it, and I'll say, here, take a look at them, take them out, you know, look through them, you know, and see if you're happy, good, done, we're done, give them my money, thank you, and I hope to see you again. That's it. You know, you have to have trust. And you know, like, a lot of times I've been burnt myself from people I trusted or whatever it was, you know, and I try to stay away from that now. Like, I try to figure out who's going to beat me, or this and that. It's kind of screwed up way of thinking and stuff like that. But you know, if you don't trust the situation, then don't get yourself involved in it. Because, you know, the minute you start getting involved in making the artwork, or the person's giving you design and you're using, you know, you're layering it out and tracing it and doing stuff on Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel, whichever one that you're using, and, you know, you're really invested into this, and then, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're getting beat, you know, it's hard, man. It's hard, you know what I mean? But, you know, you just got to roll with it and try it out for yourself, and, you know, see, you know, how the person reacts or how the person is and stuff. You know, I've you know, quite a couple times that I've been beat, I kind of know, and I could judge that personality trait, not personality trait, but that sneakiness, that way around things. You know, once the shirts are done, everything is good, you know, clothes are good, then all of a sudden the buts come in, like the buts, be like, yo, you didn't say that before. Or, you know, oh, well, how about, you know, maybe I should have had this. No. Once it's finalized and you agree and I agree and I make the screens and everything else, that's it, done deal. I want my cash. That's it. You know, if it's up to what was written on the work order, then that's what it is. Then you just didn't pay attention to it, you know? Seriously. You know, it is what it is, you know? All right, guys. Well, you know, it was good talking to you. And like I said, thank you for the questions that were sent to my email. I know you probably like, you know, the 3 people who I did answer, who, you know, there was only 3 people that really wrote me anyway. But the 3 people, thank you for writing. And you're probably like, oh, he's a scumbag because he's like answering them now, because they were, you know, a couple of them were like, one of them was like a month ago. Sorry about that. You know what I mean? I know, I don't know where you picked up the stuff, but what does it say? Oh, yeah, great. All right, well, like I said, have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, and God bless. Peace.